Now, if I talk non-competition, there's way more things online that bug me. And if I were to break down one thing, and I think this will carry over for a lot of different people, is I'm not saying it's not good to shoot for some of these bigger names in grip or try to do the things that they do or try to top them. Like, of course, I'd love to outlift you. Of course, I'd love to outlift, XYZ person before me or above me.
Yeah.
But um, if you do happen to outlift somebody that I guess would be like well known in the grip world or grip famous, I guess you could say. I mean, not that anybody's super famous, but people know what I mean.
Yeah.
The thing that I would like people to remember is that certain athlete or that well-known person's whole body of work. It would be the equivalent of like maybe somebody talks shit to you because they can close a bigger gripper than you, but they're not doing double blobzilla. They're not cleaning blobzilla. They're not picking up a 200-pound inch bell. They're not doing 800 other things that you did. Like that one thing is not what makes Jedd Johnson Jedd Johnson. So what bugs me is like, and I'll use an example, is like, I interviewed Adam Glass.
Yeah.
Adam did his whole pinch lever where he flips backwards.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So it's a cool feat. Whatever. I haven't seen anybody replicate it. I've seen no video of anyone replicate it that I know. Now there might be climbers or other people that maybe that's a more routine move for them. Maybe that's something that they can just do and they don't deem it as that important. Well, I get somebody in the comments that says, oh, I've done that. And I'm just kind of like, okay. I mean, but like, it's like, well, what do you want me to do to that? Like, okay, cool. Shoot me a video. Like, like I don't go to every single person's page that lifts the inch dumbbell and be like, I did that. Like, you're not running around to everybody that, lifted Blobzilla and you're not, I don't go down in the comments and there's Jedd Johnson saying, I did this. It's like,
right.
it doesn't have to be about you. So I think there's a lot of attention seeking behavior online that gets weird. And my only thought process while I was trying to like, I guess, understand the reasoning behind a comment like that is saying like, oh, I did that. Is like, okay, well, you clearly want to draw attention to yourself, but it's like, let's just say, the reason I'm interviewing Adam Glass isn't just because he did a pinch lever. Can you do a thumbless to thumbless transfer with the inch? Have you ever held 470 pounds in your hand with an axle? Have you ever picked up 200-pound inch dumbbells? Like, what I'm getting at is if I go down the list, have you reverse bent a red nail? I could go on for 10 fucking years. And it's like the one box you checked is doing a fucking back pinch lever. And you felt the need to announce that on Adam Glass's interview or underneath a promo for it. Cool. Right. I mean, so that's something that bugs me when somebody that, like I said, like Adam, who has a body of work like that, or someone like you that has a body of work, it would be like, I don't know, outlifting Lane Snook on the hub or something. And then like, hey, I did more than him. It's like, dude, I don't think anyone cares.
Yeah.
Like, the reason I'm talking to Adam is not because he just did the back lever. The reason I'm talking to you isn't because you closed a number 3 or something. Like, there's so much more beyond that. So that's one that I find funny is when people try to, I don't know, sort of clip at the big dogs, but they don't put it in context where it's like, well, okay, you're going to name the one thing that you matched them on. You're going to name the two things, you're going to name that one time you beat them in a competition, but are you going to like bring up the other 99 things that you'll never do in your lifetime? So that's just something, I guess, maybe that strikes me a little odd with people. Yeah. When it comes to, I guess, trying to one up somebody or always trying to put your name in the mix is like, if you are that strong and you are that good, then other people will talk about you and you won't have to do it. And that's how I break it down. And that goes for anything in life. If you're the only person that's telling me how tough you are, you're probably not very tough. If you're the only person that's posting around how strong you are, you're probably not. Yeah. Carl Meyersko never had to message me and tell me he was strong. Adam Glass didn't have to like reach out and email me and be like, "Hey, Zach, I'm strong." Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a funny, it's funny, but like, it's a true thing. So it's like these people that I guess crave that attention. They want that acceptance so bad that they're going to throw that out there. It's like, just keep your head down and keep training. And if you're good, you're good. If you're strong, you're strong, and your work will speak for itself. But yeah, just, create a body of work before you start trying to act like you're, I don't know, 20. I don't know. You get what
I
I'm saying.
totally agree. So I didn't see the comment that you're talking about. I didn't catch that. Was it also like a no-name person, or was it actually a name? And if you click on the person's name, does it go to a channel that actually has content on it?
It would be Instagram, and it would be somebody that's newer to the sport, and it is somebody that does possess good grip strength. But once again, it's not Adam Glass grip strength.
Yeah.
It's not 20 years in the game.
The reason I ask is, like, I'll put a video up. Let's say maybe it's a 15-year-old video of me closing a three. You're like, oh, I'm only 16. I can do that 20 times. And then you click on the YouTube, and it's like a blank page, or there's video games, screen recordings,
Yeah, that usually happens. So no, this is somebody that actually possesses good grip potential and has good grip strength. But like I said, I don't like just another funny example. Like, if you want me to pretend that I'm that way, when I did my first year of grip competitions, right? This would have been when Adam screwed up his finger and had that bad cut on his finger where the strap set up on that inch dumbbell lift like peeled his whole skin off. So he basically did a stage of the Super Series one-handed. So I have no delusions about this, but this is where I could, like, if I had that mentality, I could literally say, well, in my first year of grip, I beat Adam Glass on the pinch block.
Yeah,
that's true. But like, did he also outlift me on the blue fat grips by like 120 pounds? Probably. So like, I'm not talking shit. Like, I understand my place. So I'm not trying to cherry pick. I'm not trying to cherry pick that one thing where I could be like, oh, well, I could hub lift more than Jedd Johnson, or something like weird. It's like, I don't like these guys that try to cherry pick and kind of steer a narrative or introduce themselves in these situations. And it's at the expense of somebody that has, like I said, a much greater body of work. And it's like, I know I'm going on a tangent with this, but this is like a question you asked me, and like, I just got to like roll with it.
I like it when you go on tangents. So I wanted to put something on there where we'd get a good Zach tangent.
Well, this will be it, because you have to understand, like, and like you said, playing college baseball, doing strongman lifting, you have a whole other life outside of grip. So I'm not saying some of these other people don't have lives. Okay. So I'm not saying, that some of these people that maybe I'm discussing don't have a life or other hobbies or other things. But like, you have to understand that from a young age, I pretty much played 3 sports: basketball, baseball, football. So I've done that. I've weightlifted over half my life. I got into the grappling and MMA stuff in like 2009. I'm 32 years old. I have been pretty much fighting or at a like pro fight level in pro fight camps, working with people for 14 years. So if you outlift me on a pinch block by 3 pounds, it's not like I don't place every bit of my self-worth on grip or what I lift on a certain grip piece. So that's what I mean, like, with the whole, like, oh, well, you did what Adam did, or, oh, I can do what Jedd can do, or I can do what that guy did. It's like, maybe that's not what makes him, because there's plenty of people in the grip community right now listening that, there's 100 dudes that can outlift me in a lot of stuff. I mean, I just went to my own competition and placed 8th. I can handle that. It's not a big deal. That's part of competing. That's part of putting it on the line.
Yeah.
Better day, maybe I end up in 5th. Didn't that day, ended up in 8th. It happens. So I would just like to remind people when it comes to these, like, throwing your name in the hat, or always wanting your name in the mix, or always wanting credit for outlifting somebody or matching someone else's feet, is that, like, that's cool if you care about it, but like, you have to understand that, like, yeah, I can lift an inch with a can on it, or 2 cans on it, or stack 2 cans on top of it. I've lifted up to like a 125 legacy. I'm not trying to like pat myself on the back with these feats. I'm just saying stuff I've done. But it's like, if you take the upper end of all my feats, I don't care if you top that, if you have like zero athletic ability, if you trip over your own feet, if you can't fight, if you can't grapple, if you can't do the 500 other things that I do, then I'm not really going to be heartbroken if you lift a bigger blob than me, or you pick up a bigger bell than me.
Yeah.
Because that one lift is not what makes me me.
Right.
I have my own story. These other people have their own story. You have your own story. So, like I said, it's a bit of a rant, but that's just something that bugs me, is when people kind of hang their hat on defeating one person or defeating somebody in one lane.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what, like, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of grip guys that could be world's strongest men type competitors. But are you going to go move Atlas stones with them, or is your back going to snap in half and you're going to, you're going to fall over? Like, it's just kind of like, be humble, like, if you do win something, or you do shoot for something, that's cool. Have a goal. But when it starts to become kind of I don't know, an ego thing, or attention seeking behavior, or it just seems like maybe the comment's a little bit out of place, just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So like I said, that would just be one little mini tangent there, is that, like, yeah, I don't get me wrong, I love grip. I love competing. But if you walk up and pull a bigger Saxon bar than me, it's not like, oh my God, all I've ever done in my life is grip. It's the only skill I have. It's all I have. And God, you beat me at it. I'm deflated.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's like, well, I have 10 other things I can do. Like, do you even know how to throw a baseball? Can you catch? Can you, what I'm saying is, there's just other skills that go into life, to where it's like, I don't put my whole identity into grip, even though I really do love it. And it is something I'm pursuing very strongly. So I'll quit going down that lane, but that would be something that, competitors rubbing chalk all over stuff. And then on the backside of that is just some of the approach of lifters online with the commenting and the timing and the place. I just think that there's a level of respect. And like I said, when you look at the top guys, they're not doing that. I don't see you, Adam, Carl, whoever else. I don't see you guys running in the, it's like, follow the blueprint. Or, what do the best guys do? What's a pro do? What do the veterans do?
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of see that, it's been laid out. So anytime I start seeing certain behaviors that don't line up with, and I'm not saying everybody has to be the same, but there's certain like similarities in like a moral code that kind of, I don't know, there's patterns that can be picked up on what the best guys do. And a lot of these people come up with stuff that it ain't how the best guys act, and they think that's where they're going. And I don't know. I just don't think so. If you're displaying that behavior early on, you're probably not going to be very great at anything. So that's my end of my rant on that one.